What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I'm glad that you could join me this evening as we get into, a very interesting discussion. Actually, this took place earlier this week. We'll get into that. I'm gonna light this thing up. It ain't quite ready. We're gonna talk about D-Wade, some statements that he made earlier this week and how people responded to some of that. My thoughts on that. No, make sure I don't want to burn the damn curtains. My thoughts on that, and where we go from there. Tonight probably won't be a very long stream. Might go about an hour, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Won't be a very long stream this evening. But we'll be at the Discord after the stream. If you guys want to chop it up, y'all know how we do. In the after party after the streams. So let's talk about it. Let's see what we got joining us. I see lovely Miss K Grace. How are you doing this evening? Beyond the Funny, I'm just saying your name. Make sure you check out Beyond the Funny Niggas IG page. He just dropped a new comedy special, so make sure you go and check that out. They are always gold. Shout out to AKA the Don of the Discord, AKA Mr. Culture himself. Glad to see you back, sir. My favorite New Yorker, Mr. John from New York. How you doing this evening, sir? So, it's a couple of things. It is like, this topic is really weird, right? Because there's a couple of directions I want to go with it, and there's some other stuff that happened, and I didn't just want to make the whole stream about it just because. We'll get to that. So, D-Wade, if you don't know, he'll probably end up in the Hall of Fame. Miami, I think he's like the leading scorer, leading assist. Like, he just holds all the Miami Heat records, right? Where LeBron ran to go and get him, a couple of rings, all that good stuff. Okay? Well, it's been pretty well known that he's been dating actress, I think he's married to actress Gabrielle Union. And, well, she's Hollywood, relatively woke, those kind of things. We know about the situation with the kids, the transitioning. He has one, I think a couple of sons that may hoop. He had a son, or not a son, I think he had a kid, I don't know if it was a daughter or son, I can't remember, where he ventured out, I guess, while they were having some issues, and he had another child. And then, this is the oddest thing that I found, because I really don't pay attention to the Hollywood shit. I really don't give a damn, like, how does that impact me? But the statements he made, I think, does have an impact on a lot of stuff we talk about here. And, so... Excuse me, Gabrielle Union's almost like 10 years older than D-Wade. She's like 48, he's 39, right? I did not know that. For some reason, I thought she was younger than that, right? So she's damn near 50. Just had basically has a 2-year-old now, right? They just had a kid via surrogate. And I'm going to be honest, like, a lot of people talk about, what's that chick that John Legend's with, that Chrissy Teigen chick, she's a weirdo. Like, Gabrielle Union's just as weird. Like, Hollywood women are, as a whole, are really thrown off, right? And anyway, Gabrielle said a lot of stuff. She's put a lot of weird stuff out there about their relationship, weird pictures. She's doing weird stuff on social media. But what happened, hello Heidi and Sailor Boy, how you doing this evening? So what happened is they were on Jimmy Kimmel, I believe, and they were interviewed by this lady. I don't know who she is. And I hate Hollywood people. And what I'm saying, I'm not actually saying like the people who are in Hollywood, but that Hollywood fake behavior. You know what I'm saying? And so the lady who was interviewing them was like, oh my God, the head of Hollywood power. Like, who gets excited talking to celebrities? Like, yeah, you're cool. You're a person like, yeah, I like that movie you did. That was cool. But like, people get overly excited. They give them like just all this weird credit. It is what it is. I mean, if you like it, I love it. Whatever. So they get to talking, and D-Wade basically talks about how it's been since, he hasn't been playing basketball. He's back home. They basically talk about how they're sick of each other, more or less. But he got to a point where he says that, let me try to find the actual wording. Basically says that he doesn't lead in his household. He says he's basically on the bottom of the totem pole, and the dogs get more respect, right? Liam Neeson. But so here's the thing, all right? We talk about black families and the lack of black families these days. We talk about the male role, the leadership in that household, and things like that, right? I feel like Gal's had some input on some of the things that happened with some of the transitioning and some other things that have gone on there. Just my opinion enabled it, right? And you see these dudes get with some of these women, and they I don't know. D-Wade might have always been weird. He's always dressed kind of different. So, maybe whatever. I don't know, right? But he says he doesn't lead in his household. He doesn't think that's not the man's job to lead his wife, right? And a lot of people heard that and got super upset with it. I disagree. For the average family unit, I mean, whether you're white, black, pink, purple, Mexican, gray, whatever, that there should be that structure, because leadership, we're talking about protection, we're talking about providing, we're talking about guiding, it's a multifaceted thing. But let's say, we always talk about, make the reference of, if something was to happen, right? If you are out and about and your family gets attacked, well, the leader is the person who's supposed to step up to the forefront. And to say something like, I don't lead, or I don't guide, that it makes you come across as a man very weak. But he talks about, they're real big on her having her own money, and she has her own career, and making sure that she's like, I don't get that, right? Because I think when you become a couple, when you become a unit, you operate as one. But when you kind of read as to what they were saying and what they were talking about, it's so much divisiveness in the words that it's just like, it's almost like a marriage of convenience or something. It's like, I got money, you got money, I ain't with nobody, let's just do whatever, right? I personally think she has to be very annoying. If you ever watched any of her interviews, I mean, she seems like a very annoying person, right? And then to be, at that point, childless, you're damn near 50. We see a lot of people on, the channels we frequent, who call in and talk about, having kids late in life. And my old lady, she kills me because she said this thing, and I don't know how many people believe this, but she's talking about when people have kids late in life, that their kids look old, right? And I didn't think this was a thing until I started paying attention to it. And basically, they had a kid via surrogate with her 46-year-old eggs. And the first picture I saw of that baby was somebody talking about how old that baby looked. And the baby looked like somebody's grandma. I ain't here to shit on the kid. I'm just saying. The baby had old features. A new baby with old features, not a good thing. Maybe not a bad thing, but whatever. And so now I really believe this thing. Like, I really believe this shit now. That that people have kids late in life. You got old eggs, you got old sperm. You're fucking making old kids. They're grown ahead of their fucking time, right? So, anywho. But like I say, she's a weirdo, right? And I'm going to get back to the leadership thing. Because like I said, as I started paying attention, just looking up a few things, I didn't realize how weird this fucking relationship was. Like, we already know about her talking about eating the groceries and weird things like that. So putting that out there is weird. She put pictures of the dude, I guess, half-ass naked out there, and he's allowing it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't saying shit. Whatever, like I said, I've had a whole different look at D-Wade for some other things because I got questions. Anyway. But I'd be careful of how I say it, how I address it, because of the platform I'm on. But if y'all really want to get into it in the Discord later, trust me, I'll be more than happy to let loose, because there's a little bit more freedom of speech there. So I'm trying to make sure I toe the line in what I'm saying here today. But there was a picture, and in this picture, I guess right after they had the baby, that she's in the bed, they're in the bed, and she's in a hospital gown, right? She's in a hospital gown. Like she had the baby. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's out here with painted toenails and stuff? Oh, well, there you go. That's why I say, look, I'm going to tell you some things. I think might have been you, Heidi, or somebody else, that talked about how AIDS was transmitted, right? And the possibilities, the percentages of chances that you get in it being the pitcher versus the catcher, right? And so then that made me think about Magic Johnson, right? And, you know, there was rumors. Look, I got questions. I don't got questions. I really don't give a damn. It's your own business. But I think Magic, Isaiah, some of them characters have some questionable traits. But you see Magic, then you see EJ, and, you know. And I think that, you know, there may be some connection there. Hey, the lovely Miss Sarah joined us. Hello, Miss Chocolate Milk. No, Chocolate Milk 10. Where's Chocolate Milk 1 through 9? Interesting. But I got questions, right? And so now you got D Wade, the Baker man, in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? Now you got D Wade and his questionable behaviors, activities, shenanigans. And here's my deal, right? Like, I don't really care about the kid. Like, I don't care about the kid at all. Like, whether the kid is whatever the kid wants to be, right? I think it's a relatively young age. I think this stuff is weird. I just saw this, I don't know if y'all saw that 60 Minutes thing, or that clip of the 60 Minutes thing, where the kid, who in the hell, how dare you? I don't hear shit about my ringtone. See, at least it ain't no ghetto shit. See, there you go. But as I'm saying, like, that's a crazy thing. So what was I saying? Talk about you know, D-Wade, yeah, and I don't care what the kid does, right? The kid can do whatever it wants to. My concern is how vehemently they push that shit to the forefront, right? That's weird to me. But the 60 Minute special was the kid, the dude, and this is what's going on. And I've told you, like, I think the medical industry wants a lot more of that, because then you're dealing with, you know, you're dealing with physical health, mental health. You're putting people on all types of drugs and other therapies. Like, it's big money for the medical industry for people to, you know, transition, in my opinion. But the kid on 60 Minutes, he was talking about Delta Echo Golf. What's the motherfucking deal? He was talking about how, you know, that he was encouraged after the second visit. They put him on hormones. 3 months later, they chopped his balls off. Now, he sits there and he wonders, how could he ever be a man? He talked about nobody gave him any pushback. Nobody gave him any flack. You know, nobody did any of that. And now he regrets it. And you've heard a lot of these stories of regretful decisions, right? But everybody tells him, oh, you're so brave. If somebody's telling you, if you're walking out the house or you're showing yourself on social media, somebody's just, you're so brave, you're so bold, it's a bad thing. It's going 100% bullshit. It's terrible. So, yeah, and they're trying to drag 60 Minutes for that. The GLAAD came out and told me, that's not true, and all this. This man just told you the damn story along with other people telling you the story. There was a dude who put out a book a while back and talked about he transitions. Like, we don't listen to the people that actually go through it, right? We just want to listen to the people who have some feelings about what's going on. We know that there's an issue there because there's a high rate of suicide in those groups. And the young man himself, or that person themselves, said, I don't want to misgender. If you don't have balls, I don't know what gender you are at that point. You catch your balls, did you? I should have thought about this before I started talking about it. Anyway, but there's a high rate of suicide in those groups. And the man himself, he said he felt like he wanted to commit suicide, right? And so after that decision, wanted to commit suicide. That's why it's suicidal. You make these permanent decisions, these permanent changes. You go, these dudes who go looking like some of these flat-chested women who get these fucking implants and fucking whatever. And whatever. Hello, round eyes. How are you? And so it looks really crazy as shit. Whatever. And they regret it. And they look at these decisions, and you don't want to go out, and the media doesn't want them out there saying that, right? The media doesn't want them out there saying, oh, they're doing this and doing that, because then it goes against the narrative, right? It goes against the thing, oh man, I hate that, right? Don't you hate that? Like you see the ribs, and it's like this big space right here, and it's like two, like little dodgeballs or something. I don't know. They're not little dodgeballs. They look like shot puts. Yeah, like little shot puts. It's like this big valley right here. It's really weird. It's really, really weird. Exactly. There you go. I said the trans man was breast like that, but that's what I'm saying. And they're talking about like all these people are getting it. So it's like they're oh no, only metal nuts on the Texas trucks. None of that fleshy crap. In Texas, we drag metal nuts on the ground in Texas. I saw somebody put damn truck nuts on a Honda Civic. Will manage my ID. He's gonna scam. He's gonna get a PPP loan in my name. Is that what you're saying, Heidi? That's terrible. But like I said, and I feel bad for the people because obviously there's some things going on I don't understand. Media doesn't understand. But again, like people just try to push it to the forefront. Oh, what I was saying earlier about the bravery. Oh my God. Yeah, if somebody tells you you're brave when you post a picture, that's not a compliment. If telling us you're so bold, you're so courageous, that's a fucking insult because you look like shit. You look fucking stupid. And it's a bad thing, right? I suggest you do it. I think you would be the most popular person in in Massachusetts if you did that. Professor Trill, what's the motherfucking deal? Like, if a motherfucker tells you you're so bold, and it's only like in a couple of situations. When people transition, and you look at crazy as cat shit, or super obese women who wear shit they have no business wearing, right? You're so bold, you're so brave. Why? Where's the bravery in posting a picture other than you're setting yourself up for a lot of insults, a lot of comments, we'll just say it that. But yeah, oh man. And I posted a little video in the Discord. I'm about to do some old school den shit here in a second. I'm about to go way off topic. I'm going to show y'all a video. I'm about to show y'all a video in a second. It has nothing to do with any of this. But it has to do with something I was talking about the other day when we were talking about the American standard of beauty. And so we're going to talk about that. Jason S., what's the motherfucking deal? Oh well, you know why, Heidi. We all know why. It's an ugly game out there. I look at my stats. YouTube does not recommend anymore. All my shit, like if I have decent videos, I've come to learn I have to now start name dropping. That's the only reason I put D Wade in this title, because I have to. Otherwise, YouTube doesn't really recommend my shit. My notifications are, let's see, what, 4,000? What was that? 400 would be 10% of that. So 1% of my views come from notifications. 1% of my views come from notifications. So that tells you what it is. And this is with people having, you know, the bell blacked. If you're in the Discord, you get that joke. Lizzo has a Mexican body wire leg so small. Oh my goodness, you're terrible. But again, so when I was talking about the other day when I said that, you know, big women get mad because they are viewed a certain way, but then, you know, they don't date big men. There's plenty of big men out there, but they're never interested in big men. There's a picture shared somewhere. This lady was large and in charge, right? And I'm talking about like, yeah, I have no issues with BBWs. proportion is important though. Like you can't just be, you can't have fucking, you just, no, you can't be just overlapping. Like it is what it is. Like if you're overlapping, you got multiple stomachs and shit like that, you know what it is. Like just don't even, whatever. You gotta take what you can get. But, she's sitting there talking about, I need a man who needs to be in shape. Now, this is not the video I'm talking about. This is something else I came across. I need a man that has to be in shape, have health insurance, can't have more than 2 kids because I don't have any. How does she know that? She did. Anyway, let me stop if I'm going to go on a tangent. But anyway, saying all these things like, so you're sloppy disgusting. It's like sloppy disgusting. And her excuse was, well, it doesn't matter that I'm big. I can go to the gym anytime I want to. Well, then how come you haven't wanted to go prior to this, right? How come you haven't wanted to go before this situation? Man, Lamont, what's the motherfucking deal? And so, it was a crazy thing. But I'm going to show you this video here in a second, though. The one I'm talking about is a little bit different. The other one I was talking about was a black woman talking about she needs a man. He has to be so tall and have all this other shit. But it's like, talking about he has to have life insurance. All this. Like, bro, you are the size of about 4 average women. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get to that point, you don't get too much of a say-so. Like, you better take what you can get. You don't get to make choice. Like, when you make extremely bad choices in one area that it, like, impacts all the other areas, you better be happy to take what you can get. But, next time I'm going to show you this other video here in a second. And again, like I say, if you're proportionate, you can be big, proportionate, thick. You can have a little bit of belly and all that stuff. But you can't just be, like, overlapping in one way or the other, and it just looks crazy where you just look dysfunctional. And again, big people need love too, but all these big women never want a big man. The man always has to be in shape. So she has to, like, it can be acceptable. It can be acceptable for her to be out of shape, but the man is not. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, yeah, I've had big women. I have, like I said, I have no problem. But again, proportion is important. You know what I'm saying? And you've got to be willing to work out. Like, I have no problem. Like I say, I have no problem with a big woman. But you've got to be willing to work. It's like, you can't be like, all right, well, I'm fat and this is me and you're going to accept it. Like, no, you got to be willing to work on that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's like, again, I can work with anybody. You can work with anybody. This Heidi is definitely unblacked. Let me see. Let me pull this video up while I'm talking all this shit. But, again, the fucking Gabrielle Union shit, the whatchamacallit shit, that shit is so weird. Their family's so weird because, oh, that's the wrong thing. That's a window capture. I don't want a window capture. I want the media. I'm gonna have to add this fucking. Let's say, no, don't make that visible. But like I said, it's just such a weird family. And again, to be 46, trying to have kids. Having old babies. Yes, old babies is a thing. If you missed it, you got to go back and see where I talked about the old babies and what old babies are. You having old babies, but like just the it's like she's an actress, so everything's about attention. You know what I mean? And it's, I mean, when you turn, by the time that baby turns what is it, 2 now? She's 48. By the time that baby's like 14, you're damn near 60. You know what I'm saying? Who's watching the kid? Who's like, you can't get out there and really get, there's like a lot that you're missing. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that, it's good. And the shit changes and whatever, there's different. She might live forever, who knows? But to think that, you're going to get 70 years old by the time they become an adult, if you make it that long, you're not going to have a lot left. And it's like, you're going to miss out on being there for a lot of things. By the time they get to have kids, but Hollywood people are weird. By the time you become a grandparent or something, one of them kids ain't having no kids. So we know which one of them ain't, what is the Zaya, the formerly Zaya, whatever it is. The kid formerly known as Zion. The kid formerly known as Zion. I think that's the one. And definitely ain't having no children. So it's like, you're not going to be there. And so that's why I'm like, having a kid that late, that's crazy to me, right? And D-Wade, he's 40, so he'll be about 10 years younger. He may be around still. He's an athlete, maybe he'll be in shape, who knows? But he's on some weird shit too, whatever. But get back to this little BBW video. I'm going to share this with you guys. And I want to know, let me make sure I actually got the right video. Okay. I want to know y'all's thoughts on this, right? This is going to be a complete Shit, we're about to take a fucking hard right turn. We're about to take a hard right turn after watching this video. It's going to have absolutely nothing to do with anything else we talk about, but we're going to do this. Give me just a moment. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let this play.
Hey, bestie! You're wrong. I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think? All right, turn your listening ears on. Zoop, catch a bubble in your mouth. Good job. Okay, here's the thing. Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking, or wakes up early in the morning, or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fatphobic. Just like lumping all black people in one group and saying, I don't like black people is racist. And lumping all disabled people in one group and saying, I don't think people in wheelchairs are hot is ableist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I fucking hate you, Heidi. She does love pizza a lot. So this is my thing, right? This is where we take the hard right turn. And this is where I talk about what I was talking about. And, women say, oh, man, they're just, you guys are just complaining. But no. The level of arrogance. Now, man, this lady is out of there, right? One, she's like, it's not even that she's big, like, her voice is annoying and shit, and you can tell like her personality is trash. Like, she's not a person you want to spend a lot of time with, and she feels entitled to something. So when she grew up, her parents told her she was a cute little fat girl, you know what I'm saying, and just told her she was sweet and you deserve the world. They probably gave her all the sugary snacks she had. She probably beat Baby D to the fucking the snacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got all the things she wanted, and then she felt like the world had to accept her for that, right? The crazy part, when she compares it to basically racism because you're fat, so something you can change, I can not walk outside and change my skin. I ain't got to revitiligo, right? I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? You can lose that fucking weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, easily. Well, I'm not going to say easily because it's the mental hurdle she has to get over first, right? But obviously, she's having trouble on the dating scene. And the thing is, she probably has a lot of nice, fat guys who are trying to talk to her, right? A lot of nice guys who probably do try to talk to her. 'Cause there's a lot of dudes who get with a big chick, right? But what she wants is like what Lizzo wants and everybody else. What's that dude? The Thor's little Chris Hemsworths and who was the other dude I think played Superman or something. Like, they want those types to be attracted to them, right? But what I don't get in it, this is where I say women are really delusional. Because if a girl that big is thinking that crazy, think about women, how crazy some of the women who are actually in shape, who are decent, and some of the crazy things that they're on. But she feels like, Lizzo feels like, all these big girls feel like they deserve a man who is fit, in shape, built like Superman or a superhero, and that they don't have to be, that they should be accepted as they are. This is a thing. This is a huge thing. I'm going to find that other video that was posted in the men's den in the Discord. It's crazy. It's really ridiculous. Chris Evans, that's what it is, right? And we don't have to do the not all. We know that we're not going to do the not all police and shit. We know these are generalizations. But some big girls know they big girls. They deal with that and they become not big girls. You look it up on transformation. I don't know why this shit still gets recommended, because now I kind of find it fascinating. But so Instagram got me, because when I go to the explore page, I start getting caught in these Transformation Tuesday pictures. But she is delusional. And instead of taking responsibility for something that she can change, you know what I'm saying? Something that you have complete control over, like not going back for thirds and fourths. I don't know, going to Planet Fitness where they don't make fun of you. They got the lunk alarm and all that other shit where you can, get along at your own pace and you can probably get you some little Caesars after your workout. But she chooses to blame everyone else for her problems, right? So again, annoying ass voice, the entitled personality, extremely large, right? And let's talk about it. Let's be honest. It's like some individuals in the den say, there's certain things that you can do with certain types of women that you can't do with other types of women, even though the perspective I'm talking about is a little bit reversed from that individual. But can't pick that woman up safely, rip your arm out of the socket. You know what I'm saying? They turn into your fault? Exactly. Everything becomes your fault. Yeah, but see, yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing, right? When you talk about it, and they all pro big, but then as soon as they have that opportunity to change it up, switch it up, then, they get to try to act like they're shitting on other women. You know what I'm saying? I know some chicks went and did that, and then they all of a sudden start acting like they're workout warriors. Like, people are so fake. I talked about fakeness the other day, too. And it's just like, if you had the fucking surgery, say you had the fucking surgery, and you maintained it, then cool, great. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you fucking worked it out, then super kudos to you because you took the hard route. You took the discipline route. You have those skills for life. Most motherfuckers get that bypass shit. Their fucking heads get big like Al Sharpton. Your body gets small for a little bit, but they still have those shitty ass eating habits, and they fucking eat that shit and then blow right back up, man. I think responding for current station post. Oh, did you see her wrist? That was like, I had to watch this shit twice. Because the first time I was just like, oh, her fucking hand, like, I got big hands, right? But they're not like wide like that. And I would say, oh, I got fat fingers because like my hands were so like actually be poking like multiple buttons and shit at a time. I could only imagine. She definitely has to use like voice to text. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And that's what it is. She hates herself, so she wants you to validate her because she's disgusted with herself. She needs somebody else to reinforce those beliefs that her parents used to tell her when she was young, right? That, oh, you're cutie, we love you, and all that other stuff, right? Damn, that's tough. That's tough. And so again, and it's not even really to go in on her because she's bigger. It's her attitude that makes her hideous. Like, she's large. She's not a beautiful woman. She's not a hideous woman. If she slimmed down, she might be very attractive, or she could be a lot more attractive. But the fact that her personality is going to suck no matter what. Because I can only imagine if she did slim down and she already got an attitude like that of entitlement. Oh my God, bro. She'd probably be the most obnoxious woman that you've ever dealt with in your life. Like, it would be pure frustration. Could you imagine like her being your co-worker? Oh my God. She definitely calls HR. She calls it. She's the one, you see the meme going around like, did y'all see the meme about Lemon Quisha? And then like, the little handsome dude comes in, hey, Lemon Quisha, you looking good today. She's all, oh, thank you, and all this other shit. And then the little fat dude comes in, hey, Lemon Quisha, you looking good today. Nigga, I'm calling HR. The fucking part, nigga, I'm calling HR. That's made for the Lemon Quisha name is hilarious also. But she definitely calls HR. She's an HR caller. She's like, it's some nice, large man who wouldn't mind trying to put in the effort to pump, sweat, dig, and grind to try to make it work. It probably cause some friction. Definitely probably going to need some lube, a stethoscope, and a flashlight. But it could work. If two people are willing to team up and make it work, you can make it work. But she definitely reports him, right? And that's the thing. She's a woman that looks at other women who are better looking, who are in happier relationships or in better situations that, you know what I'm saying? And she's jealous and envious. Oh, well, the only problem is that I'm big. Like, let me phrase this properly because I was thinking about it before I said it. Big women think that being big is a small problem. We're talking about big women. Like, again, you got women who are borderline chubby. There's nothing wrong with being chubby. You can deal with that. You got women, like, say, if you're proportionate. But when you, like, just expand, you know what I'm saying? Like when you just expand, like you just, it's like, I'm not an artist, right? But it's like, I don't know, man. It's just, like, I don't think you use lines to sketch it. You just use a bunch of circles. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, man, look, it's not a small thing. If you're uncomfortable with it, how do you think it makes the person, you know, that's with you feel? And especially if you're not, you know, you're not trying to work on it, right? Why do you think so many black women are overweight, obese? Like, I think that I blame rappers. Like, I've been on this thing lately. Like, I think I'm pretty close to being done with rap music, and for a litany of reasons. But it's that thick thing, because women back then weren't like that, bro. Like, they were not. This is a recent thing. I wouldn't say. And again, I was born in the '80s. You know what I mean? So maybe I'm wrong, but all y'all was doing cocaine back then, so they weren't big back then. I'm not talking about the crackheads. I'm talking about the ones who were actually in the disco doing the powder, the ones who could afford the good drugs. I'm not endorsing anybody to do cocaine. These are jokes, people. But like that 90s, 2000 shit, when we start really getting into I blame that movie Soul Food, and I blame Southern rap music. When we started fucking getting into this whole thick thing. Because that thick thing, you know, really blurred the lines a lot, right? Really blurred the lines a lot. And women who were big started thinking that was just okay. Then I blame like people who willingly make clothes that women that big shouldn't be wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers started seeing a market for it. Like, back then it was like, hey, skinny is the look, that's what it is. If you were over a certain size, like, all you could get is a fucking moo-moo. You know what I'm saying? And so when they started getting fucking clothes, right, that tried to make the big look, it just, I blame everybody, society, right? Everybody did, right? But yeah, I agree. And then, like I say, it's just, you have access to more shit. It's just, the food got shittier. Women don't cook as much, you know, so that home cooked meals, those things started like fading out. Again, you know, more women were working and doing things, and, you know, we can talk about a lot of different things. So I think there's just a lot of going with it. And you had a lot of bitches just sitting on the couch eating fucking Haagen-Dazs and bonbons. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, there it is. But I think that had a lot to do with it. You know, the big bone shit kills me. What the fuck is big boned? Yeah, and like I say, and I blame men for lying. You know what I'm saying? I blame a lot of men for lying to the women just to get some action, right? You got to be honest, and otherwise the standard drops. So again, like I say, it's a lot. There's a lot of factors into it. I don't think there's any one sole thing to blame, but oh my goodness, yeah. Like, you would get captured. Like, the more we got rid of shaming people, the worse things got, right? Like, the more we got rid of shaming, I appreciate the love culture. You know, the cooking strike again. But the more that we stop shaming people for certain shit and letting shit be acceptable, the wilder it got, right? And then motherfuckers start throwing that brave, that courageous, all that shit. What was it? Shout out to Trill, because he told me the word. Body positivity, right? Body positivity. Oh, you know, those are the people who say, oh, I'm on a diet. I tried the diets and they don't work. No, it's so simple. Like, weight loss is simple math. Burn more calories than you consume. It is impossible. I don't want to hear about thyroid problems. I don't want to hear about none of that shit. It's impossible to gain weight if you burn more than you consume. Nothing else to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can come up with all the stuff you want. They got all the whatever you want. And nowadays, got all the fucking tummy tucks and lipos and all that shit cheap. Go to Dr. Miami. Like, at this point, if you're doing it, it's because you want to be. But like I say, man, it's I mean, they never get cleansed. Like, I never understand that shit. The calories don't matter. All craziness. That's crazy stuff. And it's like, what is it? The what's that shit? What's the one that makes some shit? The flat tummy tea? You know what I'm saying? Jared, what's the motherfucking deal? And I don't know if I shouted you out, Mr. Keith. Keith, what's the motherfucking deal? If I missed you, I ain't dish you. But yeah, that matters. Yeah, you eat one big fucking meal. I only eat one meal a day. The meal's fucking 5,000 calories. Don't move. You got shows like fucking, what's that shit? My 600-pound life or something like that. Something like that. Something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just, you encourage, and I'm gonna tell y'all, right? I'm gonna tell y'all, I know what the biggest culprit as to why women have gone off the rails now. BBW porn. Plumpers. The big and beautiful, whatever you want to call it. I blame the porn industry. Because porn starts everything. Porn starts everything. Porn determines what type of digital media you use. Think about it. Porn industry starts everything. Like, the porn industry chose DVDs over that fucking laser disc. Motherfuckers started fucking with DVDs. Over it, and they chose, what was it? Over that, what's that? The shit HD DVD something. They chose Blu-ray over that. Everything went to Blu-ray. Like, it's craziness. This is not a joke. This part is serious. Like, about the porn determining like media. But so what trends in porn becomes like a thing. It becomes a thing. Like, I don't know. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. Oh man, look. Before the internet was live at 5 and all that other stuff, when I was young, you know, we used to have to go to the corner store, and it was one like I looked older, so I was always able to get a hold of shit. They never fucking ID me. They didn't care. I'm trying to remember. It was it Blackzilla? Big Bubble Brazilian porn? It was something along that name. Like, it was something porn orgy Brazilian. It was one of the greatest flicks of all time of my childhood. But I'll leave it at that. It's crazy. And that's you know, women who be talking about, I don't do this and I don't do that. It's a woman out there that looks better than you that is more than willing to do that shit. And she's doing it on the fucking porns. POGs stand for fat ass white girls. Yes. And now, I saw some, and like I say, motherfuckers are stupid. I saw somebody put black POG on something. Like, did y'all not get the definition? Like, did y'all like miss this thing here? Yeah, like the fucking magazine used to be behind the fucking shelf, and they had like the little cover there. There might be some like High Times magazines in the front and shit. Like, so yeah, like you had to go to a section that was sectioned off from everything else. So if you were going in there, you had to be willing to accept what you were in there doing, and everybody knew. So you had to be in there looking around. Let me just get a piece of candy. Everybody going out the store. Let me get over here real quick. What you got? Big booty busters. All right, well, let's go. And you get up out of there as quickly as you can. Hope nobody saw you. When they put your shit in that fucking all black bag, you know what I mean? And so they know exactly what it is. But that's a whole other story. Don't ask me how I know. Maybe I bought some. Maybe I didn't. I probably did. But so it was crazy back then. You know what I'm saying? You say black men love a fat white girl. And that's the thing. And that goes back to I would say men gotta live. Niggas ain't got no shame, dog. Did y'all see the dude? Have y'all seen the age gap dude? I think he's slow, right? You ever porn for Lent? I got the Summer of Sacrifice coming up. So June 1st through August 31st, I'm on a mission to make a lot of changes. I got this fucking list on my fucking whiteboard. It's gonna be super tough. It's going to be extremely tough. But I know at the end of it, it's going to be the best decision I've ever made in my life. So it's going to be real tough. But hey, at the end of it, I guarantee greatness. So, man, we need to have that conversation. We've had, did we? That was a Cushnian topic where we talked about, like the top porn stars and stuff like that. But here's the thing, though, right? Like, are porn stars even really like as relevant? You know what I'm saying nowadays? Hey, we all up in the dirt. But like I say, the thing is like now it's all about the amateur action, right? It's like are porn stars like relevant? They get paid, or they still working with the big? Like I don't even know how that. I guess some of them still have a name or something like that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like the shit that I would watch would always be the amateurs. Like it's that, and again, like you can do it yourself. So like, I don't even understand like those who like go under, I guess these labels or whatever. And then who was it? The Mia Khalifa chick who complained about, I got used and abused, and when she realized she wouldn't get any attention when she tried to go be like a gamer and she tried to go talk sports and do all that, show us your tits, and nobody cares. And then she went back to OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying? OnlyFans has exposed the truth about a lot of women. And people can choose to overlook it. But how quickly and willing women are willing to show you pictures of their asshole for fucking $6.99 a month. Yeah. That tells you the state of America right now. So, yeah, Deshaun Watson, he did it to himself. He deserved everything he got. Fucking go fuck with the motherfuckers who ain't gonna tell. You fucking going with these masseuses, and I'm gonna pay you $500 for a happy ending. Sign this NDA. It's terrible. It's terrible stuff. But here is the deal. I'm gonna, because I said it was gonna be a little bit of a short stream tonight. I got a thing for to take care of, but we will be absolutely. You pay him to leave, and you pay him to be quiet. But we're gonna like I said, get ready to wrap it up here in a few minutes. Like I said, we're gonna go about an hour today. But we'll be in the Discord. I will be in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, Brian, do the pumper dance. Do the pumper dance. That fucking, that dude kills me now. Brian Pumper. Oh my God. We're going in. We are going old in tonight. Right? Brian Pumper. I don't know about porn legacies, I guess. I don't know how it works. But I know he's got a damn bad rap. Like he's got a bad rap. Like he tried to like do these little fake videos where he made it seem like, yeah, man, I'm being smart with my money, so because like somebody pulled up and he's like in this old ass car or something, and he's like, I guess allegedly giving the guy game. You can tell the shit was all staged and shit. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna spend all my money, and then where's the fucking super fake jewelry, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes, please, Discord at your. Oh no, Heidi, your IG stories are good. Not even close to the Discord. Not even close. Not with a 6-foot pole. But we'll talk later, Heidi. But yeah, fucking, he's the one that pulled what's his name daughter into the. And that's the crazy shit, right? Because who else? Somebody else's daughter went into the fucking pornish. Like he took Morpheus's daughter. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, they took Morpheus' daughter and put her in there. I can't think of his name right now. Fishburne, yeah, there you go. Fishburne had her in there with her spotty booty ass. Don't ask me how I know. There was another one though. There was like another. It wasn't Bruce Willis. It was somebody else who was like a famous actor. It was somebody else that was like a famous actor, and they got their daughter into the crazy shit, man. It is what it is. But like I said, there's the deal. Let me make a link, and y'all know how these links go when it comes to the Discord. Very temporary. Spielberg. Oh, that's terrible. Like, you got to be some kind of upset about that, right? You got to be kind of upset about it. Like Spielberg, one of the greatest, if not the greatest filmmaker of all time. Your daughter gets into movies and it's porn. What the fuck is going on in the Discord right now? See, that's why I can't be looking at shit. Hold on, let me get this light on my face. I pull up in here and y'all be sharing some crazy links, crazy pictures, just crazy shit that just, I'm like, what is happening? yeah, and if you're in the Discord and you need access to certain areas, certain rooms, or whatever, like I said, everything has kind of a role associated with it, because it's weird people doing weird things in different rooms, so they want to keep everything organized. So I'll let this thing go for about 6 hours, make it 10. So just keep everything organized for the people who are looking for, certain stuff in certain rooms that, just make sure everything is on the up and up. So that way you go in that room with a purpose if you are there. Here we go. Copy. All right. All right, that. And there's a link for that. So yeah, so I'm trying to make sure that gets cleaned up and organized. And of course, if you're in the general population room, you can put whatever. Gen pop, yes, the yard. It's called general population like we are in jail because it's a lot of, somebody might have got shanked in the Discord once. I don't know. I can't remember. But, that's funny. But here's the deal. I appreciate all of y'all for showing up. I thank y'all. Shout out to Culture. Appreciate the super chat love. Daryl Strawberry got it? Oh my goodness. Yes, hit the like button. Roscoe, what's the motherfucking deal? You gotta holler. Roscoe, man, you gotta slide in that Discord, man. You gotta holler at me, man. It's been a minute since we had a good chop up, man. I was talking about that damn WWE the other day. How you put me on that shit. that shit was pretty fun. With that being said, like I said, we'll be in the Discord shortly. I gotta go take care of something real quick, but I thank y'all, man. Slide up in that thing. You're more than welcome. Hit that link. I'm chugging up a deuce, man. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool, but most of all, y'all ain't got to go home. But you gotta get the fuck about the den. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with y'all, but y'all just can't be like here lingering while I'm gone. I just like my home. The den is like, this is literally my home. I can't just be walking around my crib while I'm not here. Y'all got to get the fuck out. Like, I like y'all, but y'all got to go. So with that being said, I'm out.